Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. A lot of my viewers and subscribers have posted many comments asking for a little bit more detail about this, so I'm posting this here on our channel. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a viewer and subscriber to the Ignition Time channel. Now, I want to try and cover both sides, and I want to talk to you about Vice President Joe Biden's tax returns as well. And I'll provide you with a link to information about Vice President Joe Biden's tax returns in the description section below. And according to a news outlet, the three biggest takeaways of Vice President Joe Biden's tax returns are that Vice President Joe Biden enjoyed a stream of wealth after leaving office, and Vice President Joe Biden made the bulk of his money after he left the White House. Vice President Joe Biden the spike in wealth was largely attributed to the sales of his 2017 book. And as Vice President Joe Biden earned more money, he paid a higher effective tax rate. So those are the takeaways. In fact, I'll also provide you with a link in the description section below to a tweet from Vice President Joe Biden, who said, I quote, he said this to the president: "You want to talk about corruption? I've released 21 years of my tax returns. Release yours or shut up." Now, as you know, the president has not released his tax returns. In fact, this news outlet, and I'll provide you with a link to this news outlet in the description section below, obtained the president's tax returns, and that's what this series of breaking news videos is all about. And because viewers and subscribers have asked for this information, I'm happy to report it to you here. And here is where things stand right now. As far as the president's tax returns are concerned, there are public filings of the president's financial situation. However, these public filings report revenue, not net profit. In 2018, for example, the president announced in his disclosure, this is a public filing, that he had made at least $434 million. The tax returns, however, reveal a very different portrait of the bottom line: $47.4 million in losses, according to these tax returns. So again, you can read more about this. I'll provide you with a link to the original article, to the original source material in the description section below, so you can check it out. But basically, the tax audit looms for the president. And since 2000, here's some information. Since the year 2000, the president has reported losses of $315.6 million at his golf courses. And the Washington Hotel that opened in 2016 has not fared much better. Its tax returns show losses through 2018 of $55 million. So, and within the next 4 years, more than $300 million in loans, obligations for which President Trump is personally responsible, are coming due. So this is where things stand right now. And quite a lot of information here. Again, I'll provide you with a link in the description section below, so you can check this out in a little bit more detail. Now, what is interesting is that even though the president didn't pay that many taxes in the United States, he did actually pay taxes in other countries, and I'll be providing you with that specific information in just a second. In fact, much of the money, the president also made money from his golf properties in Scotland and Ireland, and some came from licensing deals in countries. $3 million from the Philippines, $2.3 million from India, and $1 million from Turkey. And in his first 2 years in the White House, the president's revenue from overseas countries has totaled $73 million. And the president has reported paying taxes on his overseas ventures. In 2017, the president paid $750 to the U.S. government by way of taxes, and he paid $15,598. He and his companies paid in Panama, $145,400 in India, and $156,824 in the Philippines. Just to be clear, the president paid $750 in taxes to the U.S. government. He paid $15,598 in taxes to companies in Panama, and $145,400 in India, and $156,824 in the Philippines. So, so that is where things stand right now. And when asked whether the president would release his tax returns in 2014, he said, "I would love to do that." And the president said his tax returns were, I quote, "very big and beautiful," but he said it's very complicated when it came to making them public. So a lot of information there really to dissect. Again, if you want a little bit more detail, you can check it out in the description section below. I'll provide you with the link to the entire article. And so let's see, I'm trying to see what else is worth reporting here. There's news about the president's pageants, And in 2013, one of the president's pageants, beauty pageants, reported $31 million in gross receipts. And President Trump and the co-owner NBC split profits of $4.7 million. By comparison, President Trump and NBC shared losses of $2 million from the pageant the year before the Moscow event and $3.8 million from the one the year after. So basically, while the president in 2015 was campaigning and saying he was really rich, his accountants were sort of putting the finishing touches on his 2014 tax returns, and they had to enter total income for the president, and the total income for the president in his 2014 tax return was zero. So that is what we have here. And a lot of the president's income came from his work on The Apprentice, and that totaled along. Basically, he got $427.4 million through 2018 through a lot of the licensing, etc., that came through as a result of The Apprentice. And so a lot of there's a lot of celebrity licensing that was revealed in the tax returns. Again, I'm providing this information because our viewers and subscribers have requested this. And the president bought a golf resort, so there's information about that as well. The Washington Hotel, like I mentioned earlier, just to be clear, overall since 2000, the president has reported losses of $315.6 million at the golf courses that are essentially the prized possessions for him. And like I said, the Washington Hotel, which opened in 2016, lost $55.5 million in 2018, and the Trump Corporation, which is a real estate services company, has reported losing $134 million since 2000. And the president personally bankrolled the losses year after year, making his cash infusions as a loan with an ever-increasing balance. So basically, that's what's been happening. And the president has talked about liking depreciation, which is a legal way to offset tax burden if you're a real estate investor. And that's some of the things that are shown here. But there are a significant amount of losses, which is what my viewers and subscribers had asked about. And so significant amount of data here to go through, and apparently more data is going to be released in the coming weeks. And keep in mind, we are 48 hours away from the first presidential debate between President Trump and Vice President Joe Biden. And this is, obviously something that the president will be asked to address. In fact, the president was asked to address this today at a White House press briefing, and the president said, I quote, that he's being treated very unfairly by the news organization that is reporting this news. I will provide you information about this new organization. At this point, at the time I'm recording this video, I'm not aware if the president or any of his representatives have disputed the actual numbers. So that is not something I'm aware of. And as far as I know, at this point in time, they haven't. But we can obviously expect a response from the president, and I'll be happy to cover the response from the president on our channel. So so the potential taxable income for the president in 2016 and 2017 included almost $25 million in profits from sources related to his celebrity status. Each time the president requested an extension to file his 1040, and each time he made the required payment to the IRS for income taxes he might owe, but virtually all that liability was washed away when he eventually filed, and most of the payments were rolled forward to cover potential taxes in future years. And so, the one for income taxes due was $750. So, The Apprentice, according to this news reporting, created the biggest income tax bite of the president's life. And during the Great Recession bailout, the president asked for that money back. So, the president's lawyer, Michael Cohen, who doesn't have a very good reputation, but he was quoted in this article. He said that he could not, I quote, he, meaning the president, could not believe how stupid the government was for giving someone like him that much money back. And the average federal income tax paid in 2016 for a worker earning between $25,000 to $50,000 and adjusted gross income is $1,871. And the average federal income tax paid by President Trump in 2016 was $750. Now, the fact that this information is coming in 2 days before the first debate tells you that the tax law that that essentially was passed so far in our country. There have been 3 major revisions to the tax law in the past 100 years. The most recent was the one in 2017, and we can expect there to be further revisions of the tax law if we see a change in control of the House and the Senate and the presidency, because I'm sure there's going to be reaction about the president paying significantly lower taxes as a public figure, as the president of the country. So the president has said that an ongoing audit was grounds for refusing to release his tax returns, and he said they treat me horribly, the IRS treat me horribly. And so there are no details of the audit available in this article, and so that's where things stand right now. And the president did declare huge business losses, a total of $1.4 billion from his core businesses for 2008 and 2009. And he declared huge business losses, and that's how the president was able to reduce his tax burden. And that's basically where the president was able to mitigate a significant amount of taxes. If you have any questions, please type them out in the comment section below. If you learned something new from this video, please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for watching. When the president responds, I'll be reporting that as well. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. Please click like, please subscribe, please enable notifications. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Thanks. Bye.